Related Midwest, they trot out a front man. They figure, well, we got to do some damage control here because they're not going to believe our phony baloney proposals. What are we going to do? How can we convince stupid people that this is on the up and up? We gave them all the fancy drawings, so we don't want to pay for this. How can we develop this land and have other people pay for it? Well, let's do more renderings. And then let's get somebody who's not Jerry Reinsdorf to get out there and bring the monorail to Springfield and bring the band to River City, Iowa. And who do they find? They've found a man named Kurt Bailey. Kurt Bailey's the president of Related Midwest, and boy, oh boy, does he have a plan for you. He's going to show you what he can bring to your fabulous town. And he says he's a Bears fan. He said, wouldn't it be unbelievable? 2 amazing facilities for great sports teams bought at once. Well, who's going to pay for it? Well, don't ask me that quite yet. I'm not ready to answer that. I'm going to show you all these fabulous things and these wonderful tonics and tinctures that are going to cure what ails you. And I've got these oils over here. And you anoint yourself with these oils and everything is cured. You just watch. Don't get into all those details, those annoying details about how it's paid for and how long the bonds are going to be extended. Sales tax overlay district. Don't you worry your pretty little head about all those highfalutin terms like a sales tax overlay district, $450 million in subsidies to the tax increment financing. Ha ha ha! That's for the eggheads to figure it out. Look at these pictures of this shiny new stadium, and it's going to be yours. And if you give us all this tax money, sure, tax money would be great for schools and hospitals and roads and all that, but that's not important right now. What's important is this will unlock. This is the key to unlocking. Wait till you see what the private investment's going to be. Oh, you think it's fancy now. This plot of dirt out here that, strangely enough, we've owned for a while and haven't developed. We haven't developed it yet. Why haven't you? I don't know. We just haven't. We could. Because we're a real estate company. That's what we do. We buy land, we develop it, we sell it for more. That's our business. Our business is we buy land, we develop it, and then we rent it out and or sell it for more or sell it in pieces because we own it. That's what a real estate company does. That's how they make their money. But in this case, do we need an anchor tenant? And who's our anchor tenant going to be? It's going to be somebody whose threat to move could cause people to be up in arms. Wait a second, you can't move them. We got to give them our money. We've got to give Related Midwest, all of our cities and states, money for such things. And then we promise that we'll invest all of this money. And by the way, you might not want to compare this. Excuse me, Related Midwest. Excuse me, if I just may ask, Kurt Bailey, when this has happened in other cities, why is it that it never works out well? That all these big promises and all these guarantees of private investment and all these best laid plans, why is it the stadiums never look quite like the renderings? Ever. Why is it they always go on the cheap with the building materials when the time comes? Why is it, unless it's private money, when all is said and done, it's never what you promise, and not even close? And why is it that these deals end up hamstringing state budgets and city budgets? Wait. Don't answer that, Kurt Bailey. I'll tell you why. Because this is a sucker play. Because the only person that buys a bit of this horse crap is a sucker. Is an absolute sucker. You know why? Publicly financed stadium deals. No matter your fancy pictures and no matter all you're going to clean up all the Jerry Reinsdorf. You just watch. Forget what Jerry said. Oh, good start, Jerry. Give him the hook. Get him out of here. Now I'll come in. Here comes Kurt Bailey. Da, 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 da. He's got a cane and a top hat, and Kurt Bailey's going to dance, and he's going to sing, and he's going to tell you how all of this is going to pay off big and bright and gorgeous. The biggest, the best for you. Because you know what? He's a Bears fan. He's a Sox fan. He's just like you. He doesn't have a vested interest in it. He just wants it because it's cool and shiny and fun. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the okie doke. This is lipstick on a pig of bad public policy. No matter what, get down to the nuts and bolts. Don't look at the renderings. Don't listen to Kurt Bailey. Just go and look at the studies that have been done by professors of economics all over the country. in markets large and small. This happens on tiny little levels with minor league soccer teams. It happens collegiately sometimes for non-private schools. Everybody falls for this. Don't be a sucker. These deals are bad for municipalities. They're bad for states. They're bad for people. You are a private developer. And that whole area has just sat until, ooh, the White Sox, sports team. You know what sports teams do. They have the keys to the kingdom. The sports teams can get you into that sweet, sweet, sweet sugar drip of public money. You didn't say boo. But now it's like, well, we've always had plans to develop it, but now we've got an anchor tenant. Now you've got what you think are keys to the kingdom. You think you've got a back door into my pocket. Don't fall for it. They're running every bit of cliche out of the playbook designed to sucker a sucker. And they leaked it to the Sun-Times. And the moment you saw exclusive, this wasn't something that the Sun-Times ferreted out through dogged reporting, doing the public good to learn things. Remember, journalism is reporting what people don't want reported. All else is public relations. When Kurt Bailey picks up the phone and says, hey, Sun-Times, you want an exclusive? Just like when somebody representing Jerry Reinsdorf called Shia Kapos a Politico and said, hey, guess what? Don't tell anybody this if you know what I'm saying, but Jerry's sitting down with the mayor of Nashville. How did this get out? Oh, my goodness. Same thing here. I got an exclusive for you, Sun-Times. How'd you like to run this? And we got these renderings we've been holding back. St. Patrick's Day. They dyed the river green. And there's all these water taxis bringing all these White Sox fans to the White Sox game. Well, did you spell Chicago right when you did the AI stuff? I don't know. We spelled it wrong 9 times before. Here's some new renderings for you. Look, right just in time for St. Patrick's Day. Here's what St. Patrick's Day would look like along the Chicago Green River. Chicago. We're also Chicago. And we promised the private investment. Don't you worry. It's going to unlock. This would unlock. Then we're going to spend money. You are a developer. If there's money to be made, develop it. And look, you're in the interest. If it's so valuable, why hasn't anybody come in and bought it from you? Just like you did with what happened with Aspire. Related Midwest. That wasn't going very well. You came in and bought it. You saw an opportunity there. If there's such opportunity here, and there's so much value, why have you been sitting on it this long? Saying, well, it's really not worth all that much because there's not that much tax revenue there. The timing is obvious. And the timing is the White Sox seeing that their lease was coming up. Their owner is staring at his mortality. And they're deciding to make this move now. And you just happen to be there and ready for it and making all of these promises. Well, my answer to you, you're not going to fool me. You're going to fool some. You're going to get a lot of starry-eyed suckers. We're going to go, well, this looks like fun. This would be great. This would be good. Then pay for it. Then if anybody who likes this should volunteer their own dollars, and if you love it, you partner up privately and go ahead and get involved and build it yourself. Because these deals don't work, no matter how pretty you make them, no matter how many renderings your computers want to generate, no matter how many different frontmen trot out and do their little song and dance. Bad policy is bad policy. Proven bad policy is proven bad policy. The answer is no.